Hello friends, so in this tutorial we will learn about some functions of Power Query. So how you will use Power Query and some how we will start it and how we will initiate our functions in Power Query. So here we have a data where we have a first name, prefix like Mr. Mrs. and first name and last name, and according to this data we will make some formatting in this data with Power Query. So first of all we will click here and then we will go to data from the data tab and we will convert this data into a table from table. So we will just click this from table, and my table already has a header here, so I will select this my table and click OK. So now the data is converted into table and a Power Query editor is opened. So this is our like table in Power Query. Now what we need to do, we will go to the transform tab in Power Query. So in transform tab we will find a format here from where we can convert this data, like we can use make this data uppercase, capital each word, lowercase and trim. So what we will do, I will click control from my keyboard and select this cell, all these rows, then these rows and the last one. So after that I will go to format and then I will press trim here. So after pressing trim, whatever unwanted spaces are there in the table, that will be removed. Next thing what I will do, I will use uppercase. So uppercase, now our data is in uppercase now. So this is the way we can use. So there are many functions like lower. If you want to convert this data into lower, we can convert it in lower also similarly, and in this case capital each word, that is also possible. Here we also use this capital each word, and then now whatever we are doing, there is no control added control Z button. So whatever we are doing, that all the steps are saving in applied steps. So we will just delete this because this is extra like step, and then I will go and press again capital each word. So this way we have a data here. Now next thing, if we want to add all this data in one row, so what we can do in that case, like I will click here and then I will click here and then I will click here and merge columns and click on merge column here. So it will ask about how you will like to merge. So here we can take space because the difference between this data is space, and then I will press OK. So now all the data will be merged in a single row. The thing here is, before merging, like if I will remove this, the thing there is we have to select the data step by step. If you will select this first and this one for second and this one third, then data will be not in a proper format, not properly selected. Like if I will took here space and press OK. So now you will see first we have selected the first name, so that will be coming first, then the prefix and the last name. And if you want to remove this, we can go there and just remove this. So the process is, first we have to select this, then we press control and click from mouse, and again control and click from down, and then I will click merge, and from here I will take space and then click OK. So now these data is converted into a single column. Now I will go to home, and if you want to close and load, I will just go there and press close and load. Now after clicking that data will be, now this data will be saved here. So whatever change we will make in our table now here, suppose we will add another one data. Suppose like we put a name here and just go there, and then we will go to our data which we have already edited through Power Query, and then I will go here from my mouse right arrow key and just press refresh, so the next data will be added. If you will make some change here also, and then I will go again to my data which is formatted through Power Query, and then I will click right arrow key and press refresh, so that data will be refreshed here. So whatever changes we will make here, if you will add some data here, and then I will go here and then I will press refresh, so that data will be added. Another thing, if you want to make any change in our data, we go here in the table and edit, and our Power Query window will be open, and whatever change we want to make in this, we can make from here. Suppose like if you want to put in, if you want to remove any step from here, we can do that also. So this is the way we are used for text formatting Power Query in the transform data tab. So now friends, what we will learn in Power Query is how to use right, left and mid function in Power Query. This function in Excel is used to extract your right side characters, left side characters and mid characters from the data. Like in this case, we have taken certain vehicle number here, and we want to extract vehicle number, like its right character, its left character and its mid character. In that case, we can use Power Query. Let's see. So first of all, I will click here in the beginning of the data, then I will go to data, and from data I will convert this data into a table, my table as a header as vehicle name. So I will take this and press OK. So after clicking OK, our Power Query editor is open, and now here we have a data. So we are in the home tab of our Power Query. If you will go to transform, so from here we will find a extract here in our text column. So in extract, it will ask about first character, last character or rain. So if I will take first character, so that it will give only answer in the given data only. Like if I will first character and then count from where it will start. So it will start 1 and 2. So I will put 2 here and press OK. So now it is only showing the first 2 characters, but we are not finding the original data here. So it has converted our data and only giving the first 2 characters. So we will remove this step if we want to keep the original data. For that we have another option here in Power Query, which is add column. So I will remove this, and then I will go to add column, and in add column we also have an extract here, and then I will go to first character, and this time I will take 2 and press OK. So now we have a new column added, new rows added, where we are finding our first 2 characters. Next, if we want to find in the last 4 characters, so then I will go here, select this, extract and last characters, and then I will type 4 here because I want to find the last 4 character, and press OK. So now we have another row here where we are finding the last 4 character. Next thing, if we want to find out the middle 2 character, so in that case this Power Query the like this will count it from 0, so it will count it 0, then this 1, then this 2. So it will start from 2 and then it will go till 0 1 2, and this is 3 and this is 4. So let's check it out how it will work. Range, so we will starting index is 3 and your number of character is 1 and 2. So it will start from 3 and number of characters. So let's see. So now we are finding our middle 2 character. So in that case it will start indexing from 0, and like it will take u as 0, k as 1, and this minus hyphen as 2. So it is starting from 3 and go till your 7. So now if you want to put it back into our table, so I will go there and then I will go here and close and load. After doing this, we will find our data in a new worksheet, and this is our data. So whatever change we will make here, that will be there also, and our Power Query table is in green color. Generally we will find our Power Query table in green color. This is our original data. So if you will add something to it, I will go down and add something here, like and thus go to our original data, like our Power Query data. Then I will press right arrow key from my keyboard and press refresh. So now new data will be added here. So we will just check it out. So we will just check it 3 4 5 7. So this is the data here. So this way we can use Power Query to finding out the middle, upper, and your middle, right, yani ki mid data, left data, and right data. So in next video we will see more about it. So now in this video we will learn about split column by delimiter. So like suppose we have a data here which is a shipping address which contain first name and then your address and your city and pin code. So now if we want to convert this data into separate columns, or like you can say in separate rows and separate rows, so what we can do for that? So for that what we will do, we will click here and then we will go to data. So we can even do these things with Excel formulas. The best part about Power Query is it is automate just by putting your clicks. So here I will click on from table. So we have selected the table, my table as a header. I will just remove this and just make it a little bit bigger so that it will be more clear. Then I will click on from table and then OK, and our Power Query editor is open here. Now we have a data and now we want to split it, like first name, like so your name should be in different column, and their like your address and your city and your pin code will be in different columns and rows. So what we can do, we can just click over this and select the data. Then I will go to transform, and here in our like in transform tab in text column we will see split column, and here we will find by delimiter. So we will just click over by delimiter. Then it will ask about how would you like to delimit. So it's already selected comma because we have a comma already given. So it is smart enough to find out comma is the delimiter here. Now what we will do, we will just press OK. So now we have data in separate columns and rows. Now if you want to change the name of this, like it's our name. Then I will go there and put here place. Then I will go there and put their city, and then I will go there and write down pin code. So this is the way we are using delimiter. Beside that, what we can do our trim function here in format and trim the data. So whatever unwanted spaces will be there, that will be removed. We can do it by selecting all these three, or either I can remove this and select all, just pressing click button from my keyboard and clicking through mouse on each and every columns and rows, and then I will go here and then press trim. After that, what I will do, I will say capital each word or either uppercase, whichever you like. I am taking uppercase here, so every data will be in uppercase here. So there is no value, maybe we haven't put their comma here, that's why it is not making the change here. So we will do it when we will go to the sheet. Then I will go there and press here, and then I will press close and load. So now we have our data here, and I will go to the next one, Miss Seema, and see what's the problem here. The data is your Miss Seema Chaudhary, okay, and before the city I haven't put the comma here, so I will go there and put a comma here. Then I will go to my Power Query data, then I will go and right click from my mouse and press refresh. So now we have data in a proper format. So if we want to add another data, that is also possible. So I will go there and type Mr. Rajiv Kumar, then I will put comma here, then I'll put a city here, then I will put some pin code. Again I will go to my Power Query data formatted by format quantity and press refresh. So that will be added, and all the steps what we have done in our table in our Power Query editor, that will also be saved, and according to that our data will be shown in this sheet. So now friends, what we will do, we will add prefix and suffix to our data. So we have some names here and age here, so we want to add some suffix and prefix to this data. So suffix means adding at the end, and prefix it means adding in the beginning of the data. So we have a name here and age here, so we want to, I suppose like all these are doctors, so we will add doctors in front of them, and age, so we will put down an year, which is a suffix, will be at the end of the age. So in Power Query it's just easy a way to do that, and for that what we will go to the name here, click on that, then I will go to from tables, and then just convert all our names data into a table, press OK. So it will be converted into table, and Power Query editor is open here, and then if we want to add a new column in front of them, then we can add column, otherwise we can do it in transform only. So we'll go to transform here and select our first data here, and if you want to add a prefix here, select it. We will go to format here, and in format there is a add prefix, so we'll click here, and value, what value you like to give. Suppose we want to give doctors, sorry, and click OK, so it will be added. And the other way, we can also give space after doctor, so that doctor, and then we will give a space and then press OK, so there will be a space also. Similarly, we will go to age, select this, and then we will go to format and add suffix. So in the beginning I will give space and then type years and press OK. So our data is selected. Now we can trim it also if we want. I will trim them. Similarly, I go there and trim this data also. And if you want to convert it into capital each word, so that will be converted. Similarly here, I will just remove this and do it for both of them. Select this, control from my keyboard, select both, and then capital each word. So now we want to close this and save this data. Close. Now we can even close it in the same sheet, so we can use, for that we can use this command, close and load to same sheet. A window will appear. So hello and welcome to this new series of Power Query. So now we have a date function here. So we will use date function to find out day in a date and month in a date and year in a date. So how we can do that? So there are other functions like in Excel we can use like text function for that, but how we can use it in Power Query, let's see out. So we have a date here, so we just click over date, then we will go to data, and first of all we have to convert it into a table. So we'll go from tables, so a new window will appear. So now we have a new window here. It's taking some time. Okay, so first of all we will convert it into my table as a header, like date is the header here, then we press OK. Now new window will appear. So it is running a bit slow. Now Power Query Editor is on the screen here. Now we have a date here, but this date is also showing time, but in that case we do not need time. So what we will do, we will click here, here is a button, and from here we will just take time, like here is a date time, so we will just take date here. So now replace current, so we just click on that and it converted it into a date format. Now what we need to do, we need to find out a day from this. So we just click, it's already selected, so this, and then we will go to add column, and in the add column we have a date function here. So I just click over that, and year. So if you want to find out the year, so we will just go here and click on year, so it shows the year here. So we can go another, again we will select this, then again we will go to date function, and this time I will find out month. So we have a month here, and if we want to know the date, like if you want to delete this step, so for that we go to apply steps and just remove this, so this step will be deleted. Then again we will go to date here, and then day, so it will ask and then we go to month, name of the month. Instead of that, name of the month will be a better option, so it shows the name of the month. Similarly, we want to find out the day, which is already selected. We go there, and from here, from day, so we just click on day, so it shows like it's the second day, the third day, it's showing the date of the month. And now if you want to find out the week of the day, so we go to week and week of the month, so just click on that, so it is showing in number, so it even show the week of the month. Again we will select this, and we will say day of the month, like which day, like this is a week, day of the week, name of the week. So we can go to week here, starting week, week of the month, week of the year, so all these things can be shown, a week of the month, so it is showing it's the first week. And if you want to convert it into the name, we can also do that. So I just remove this tab here, these two steps, week of the month, week of the year, and then I will select this and see how we can find it out. Month, name of the month, we have already done that. Then we go to week, week of the month is only saying, day of the week, name of the day, that can also be shown, so name of the day can also be shown here. So this is better. So we are finding a report where we can find out year, month, day and day name. So this is your year, this is your month, this is the day, and this is our name of the week. So now if we want to go and close and load this, so we just click here, and then I want to close and load this on the same sheet, so I will take this option, second one, close and load to the same sheet. So it show a table here, then I will put here, then in the existing table I just click and delete this, then I will go there and I will click here and press OK and press load. So we have our formatted data from Power Query, where we can find all the information what we need from this. So we have here, like we have a month here, day here, and whatever we want to make edit here, so that is also possible. So this is here, I will just click right click and go to edit, and I can make any changes, whatever changes we want. Beside that, if we will increase some date here in our raw data, which we have already done, if you want to increase anything in here, I will go to down, okay, last one, and just press tab here and put another date, (2025) here, and just enter it. And then I will go here, right click, and if you want to add this data in my Power Query data, and then refresh it. So after refreshing, we have a next date also here. So that's all in this video. So hello and welcome to this next episode of date function in Power Query. So in this we have a certain dates, and if we find out which day of the year is this day, and which quarter of which day is that of that quarter this day falls, and similarly which day of the month this day falls. So we have to find out this date according to year, in which year, what is the date of this year, this date in a year, and what is the day of a quarter, this date, And similarly, for a month it's easy, like we know it's the second day of the month. So how we can do that? Let's check it out. So first of all, we will go to date here, and after going to date, what I will do, we have to go to the date function here, and similarly from tables, we convert it into table, press OK. So now our Power Query editor is open. So this is the way we can open our Power Query editor. Now the date which we have. One thing is that it is also showing our time also, but we don't need time. So we will click here and just take a date. So now we just have a date. So we can replace current step, or even we can add new step. So what will happen when you click on add new step? So here a new step is added. So we have a date here. Now what we will do? We will go to the date function from the add column here. Then we will go to date, and first of all what we will do, we will say here start of the year. We'll take start of the year. So according to the date, this date, the start of that, this date here is 1/1/2020 for same here, but here we will, if you go down, then we can say changing in the date is 1/1/2020. So now if you want to find out which day this date falls in a year, in that particular year, so what we will do, we will first select this and press click from our keyboard, and then press your this, and now I will go to date, and after date I will put a subtract dates. So now we have dates here, so it falls in the 32nd day because it's a February. This falls in the 32nd, this is 62. So these are the information which we are getting according to our year. So what we will do, we will change here day of the year. So we will just type out there. So this function are very important in corporate world. Similarly, next thing is what we will do, we will find out in which quarter this date falls. So quarter contains 3 months. So like first quarter start from your January, February, March, second quarter April, May, June, next July, August, September, October, November, December. So our year is divided into 4 quarters. So and according to that quarter, we will use this formula. So first of all, we will select this date, then we will do date here. Then what we will do, I will go to here and find out, not from this here, some quarter, and find out start of a quarter. So we have a start of a quarter here. So this quarter will start from January. Now if we go there, so this quarter will start from June. Some are starting from April. Now what we need to do, we need to find out which day of quarter this date, particular date for. So we'll click this and control and select the start of the quarter. First this, and then this, and then I will go to date, and then I will subtract days. After putting this, we find out our day first. Similarly, we also find out our day of the month. So that's easy. So we go there and go to our month and find out day of the month. So we have all the information here. Here according to our date. Day of the month. I think it should be the second one. Okay, days in a month. It is showing days in a month, but we want to find it's not days in the month. If we just remove this, and we have to find out days of the month, which day this falls. So we will go there, date, month. We will go from day here and find out date. Now it will show this is second, this is third. So this is showing our date wise. Which day of the month is it for? So now these are helping quarter, like start date and start quarter. So what we will do, I will go over there and then I will select this and then right arrow key and delete both of them. Remove these columns. So now we have exact data what we are looking for. We have not selected the right one, so I will remove this again. So we have what start quarter, and this is start date. We have to just delete these both. Then I will click here, and then I will say remove columns. Now these columns are deleted. So we have days of the month. I will just change this name also. Days of the quarter, and here I will write down day of the month. So I will write day of the, I will just put it there. So now we have this. Now what I will do, I will go to home tab again here and close and load. So now when we will type close and load, so we have a new sheet here, and where we will find out according to the day of the year, day of the quarter, and day of the month. And if you will do any changes in our data, like if you will prepare some date of birth, like 1/1/2000, like some date here, and just press here and just go to the sheet whatever it is and just refresh it. So we will find a change here also. It's showing 000 because it's just the beginning. And if you will change this date from here, like if you will take it to 5 and just go there and just refresh it. So now it is showing like 4th day of quarter and 5th day of the month. So that's all this in video. Thank you very much for watching. So friends, in this video we will find out date of birth of students. Suppose like we have certain student, so we can do this with the help of formulas also, but here we are doing the series of Power Query. So how we can find out age of student through Power Query? So let's check it out what we can do. So we have certain student here, so similar we have to convert it into table. This is the first step which we will do in Power Query. So we click on the heading here, then I will go to data, and from data I will select this from table, and my table as a header, I click on that, so it will take my table also. So one thing I will do again before that, I will put a date here because it's not having a like here, and now it's okay. So then I will go to data from table. So now my table as a header, so now it's I have a name of student and date as in header. Then I will press OK. So this will convert this data and transform it into your Power Query. So name, we have name of students and date also. Now this date is also having a time here. So what we will do, I will just click here and just convert into date only. So now replace and current. So I will convert in that. So this is our date. Now I will need date or what is their age now. So I will just change this name to this table, age of student. I just give name to this table. Now we will do another step. I click this, then I will go to add column, and in this date we have an age at above it. So I just put this. So we have 8, but this date age is showing in your days. So we have to convert this into years because it's not look good. Generally age is like we know our age according to the years. So we will just select this, then I will go to duration, and then from duration time is there. So I will just click on this time, duration, and from here total years. So we have a total years on the same, not here. I just remove this. I will do that here. I will remove this. Then I will go there, and this time I will do system transform. In transform, I will go to duration, and from duration I will take this because I want to change it here only. Because in add column it is adding a next column, and here I will take total years. So now we have a total here of the total age of the student, but it also showed decimal. But we want to remove this decimal, so I click here and just convert into whole number. So now we have a age of students. So I will just put here and write down age of students. Now we can transform it into our table, home, and close and load. So when we will press close and load, so it will be in green color, and we have a age of student here. So whatever change we will make here in our date of birth, if we will add new student here and put their date of birth and everything, that will be added in this Power Query table. So that's all in this video this time. So friends, in this series of Power Query in Excel, we will find a date difference, how to find out date difference in your power, like using the Power Query function. Suppose like we have here order date and delivery date, and if we want to find out what is the time, like what is the how many days we are able to deliver the product. So companies prefer those time where we had delivered as early as possible. So this is the main target for company, because they want to keep their customers happy and giving them product on time. So we have a different order date and delivery date here, and to find out how many days it has taken for an order to be delivered to his customer. So for that, like if we will do it in Excel, it's easy. We just have to minus this from this, like we have to take this and minus the order date. But how, like if we want to use it in Power Query, how we can do that? For that we will go to order date, and then I will go to the date here, and after going to the date I will convert it into table, from table. So it will select this, like this order date and delivery date, and my table as a header, because we already have a header here. Then I will press OK. Now Power Query editor will open, and in this Power Query editor we have a date, but we have a two date which even having a time here. So what I will do, I will select this both date, then I will press enter, right arrow key from my keyboard, from my mouse, and then change type. I will go to the date. So this is one of the function we can, and replace current. So now we have a date function here where we have delivery date and order date. So what we need to find out, we need to find out number of days the order is delivered. So first of all we have to take the delivery date here, then press click from our keyboard, and then I will press keyboard, and then I will click on order also. So we have selected first delivery date and then order date. Then I will go to add column and go to date and subtract days. So now we can find out, and here I will like time of delivery. From order, I just put it there. So this is our time of delivery from order date. So this is the, some take 10, some take 7, some take 4, and some even take 1. So now we can go to the home tab and close and load. So it will open up in a new window. So the benefit of that is, like whatever changes we make here, so like here we have a table here, and like we have, this is our final, like what we will, so whatever change we will make in date difference here, we will go down and change it to 16, somewhere around 16/1. I will take a date here 2020, and here I will take 21/1/2020. So whatever changes we will make here, and if we will do a refresh here, so that will be automatically added. So this is the benefit of Power Query. So whatever order number we are putting here and delivery time, delivery date we are putting here, according to it, that will make changes to our Power Query formatted table, which is green in color, and we can find the result here. So that's all from this video now. So friends, in this Excel series on Power Query, we will learn about certain functions, like we have certain items here, and we have profit. Sometimes profit is negative and sometimes it's in positive. So we have to find out whether it's a positive or negative. So how we can do that, and finding out the even and odd from numbers from this, and round up, how we will use round up, round down, and round function here. So let's check it out how we will do it. So it's a step, the first step that will remain the same. First of all we have to convert into table. I will go to data, and from table and my table is a header, so we will convert it into table. Now our data will be in table. Then I will go here and select this, then I will go to add column, and from here I will, like if you need an absolute value, we can even do the absolute value here. So I will put here an absolute value, so it will show the absolute value here. And then what we will do, I will select there, and then I will go to information, and in the information we have a sign function. So I just click on the sign function. So we have two values here, like one is minus and another one is plus. So minus means like if our data is in minus, then it will show -1, and if our data is in plus, then it will show plus. So our profit, if it's in minus, that will show -1, and if it's 0, then it will show 0. Like if it's remained the same, then it will go with a 0. Next thing is, if we have to find out the whole number from this. So finding the whole number, we select this, and then I will go to information, and is it even or an odd. Sorry, we have to find out whether the number is an even or an odd. To finding that, like if you click on even, so it will show false, like it's not an even number, and if it's an even number, then it will show an even number. Similarly, I will click here, and if we to find out the odd number, so we can just click here and we can find whether the number is even or odd. So it will give the answer in true and false. Now if you want to delete all this, so then we will do the next functions. I am doing it so that we can find the next function. Right click, and I just remove columns. We don't need this column now. So now next thing is our rounding. Like whenever we go to any store and buy some product, if their value is in your points, like in decimal point, like 33 and 35 paisa, 45 paisa, so how like we can do rounding. So there are two type of rounding. One rounding is your rounding up, and another is rounding down, and the third one is round. So first of all we will see rounding up. So when we will add rounding up, so it will go toward the upside. So like it's a 34.66, so then it will go upside and will convert it into 35. Similarly to 78, so it convert into 46, and it will remain the same because it's 0.33. So according to our decimal point, it will go up toward rounding up. Okay, like for 45.67. So in that way it will go to upside. So it will taking 50 as a margin, 0.50 as a margin, and if it's above 0.50, it will go toward upper side. Next we will select this, and this time we will go to rounding down. So when we will go rounding down, so it will always go toward downside. So it will be 24. This time it is even if it's 30.4.66, but still it is going toward 34. So always it is going toward downside, whatever will be the number. Okay, in this case it will be 21, but generally, so whatever will be the number, according to that it will be going toward, like it will take a 21. So but if you will want a normal rounding, so in that case we will click on profit, rounding, and this time I will take round, and it will ask about decimal places. So I will put a 0 here, so we will need the exact rounding, and then press OK. So it will take the exact rounding. So this is the way we can do our rounding function. So now we can go to the home tab, and we can close and load the data to our sheet, a new sheet, and whatever changes we will make here in the sheet, as we know earlier, which is a common thing here. So whatever changes we will make here, that will be changed in this sheet also. So now friends, in this Power Query series we will learn about certain functions which are percentage, percentage of, and modulo. So how we can find out these in Power Query? So let's check it out. So we have a product here and sales here. So we have taken some sales and product. Now if I will click on product, and then I will go to data, and then from table, so I will convert it into table, my table as a header, and then press OK. So now we are in Power Query editor. So now in the Power Query editor we have this sales column here, and if you want to find out certain like percentage of and your modulo. So I will just click here and then I go to add, and here in standard we will find this formula like percentage of. So first of all we will start from percentage. So when I will click on percentage, so it will ask about how much percentage like we want to find out of it. Suppose we want to find out 10%. First of all we will take easy number, so it will give us a 10% of lakh, 2 lakh and whatever, like it's an easy. But if I will delete this step and now I will take it to some different percentage, like if I will take 17% and then press OK, so then it will even find out the 17% of this numbers. So this is the way we can find out the percentage. Suppose like if you want to find out, the next thing is percentage of. So percentage of is to, like if this is, suppose like if this number is 10% of some number, so what will be that number? So for that we can use this percentage of. So like if percentage of, like if this is 10% of a certain number, and then we will click OK, so this will be the number. So we can find out the percentage of with this method, and like in this case it is your 10%, so it's easy. Like we can say if we will multiply with 10, then 0 will be increased. But if number is some different, like suppose like if this number percentage of is like say 23%, so in that case we have to do a little bit of calculation. The number are easy, so that's why easy, but otherwise if number are some complex, then it's not easy to compare. So if 23%, then click is, so now it will find the 23%. So this number is 23% of this number, so we can find in this way percentage. Next thing is your modulo. So modulo is basic the remainder. So what remainder we will get, like if you will divide these numbers from a certain number, what will be the model, what will be your remainder. So like if you will divide this number, all this number by 3, so what will be the remainder? So let's check it out. So in this case the remainder will be 1, in this case 2, here 0 because we are dividing is 3, so it will be completely divided. Here it is also 3 because this number will be completely divided with 3. So that's the way we can find out percentage of and modulo of certain number in Power Query. So now friends, we will do some basic functions in Power Query, which are add, subtract and your divide. So like we have a certain data here which include your products, like certain products and their sales during particular years, like in 2021 what sales we have made, in sales 2022 what sales and profit. Like what we can do add, subtract and divide in through Excel formula also. But best part about Power Query is like you can even use other data from other sources like PDF, text, and you can add them, and you can do a lot of formulas, use formulas and analysis through those data also. So now in this case we are using these functions add, subtract and divide, and how we can use them. So let's check it out. So first of all we will go to the product here, then I will go to the data, and from data I will take from table. It's the same steps to convert it into a table. So from table, my table has a header, so it will be converted into a table and a new window is appear, and this is our Power Query editor. So we have a data, sales, product, sales of our 2 years and the profit. So first of all what we will do, we will add these two sales. For adding these and having a new column, what we need to do, we have to go to the add column. So add column, it means like we are adding a column just against this. So what are our column? Sales 1, then I will click control from my keyboard, press that, and then I will click on this also from mouse. So all these tools are selected, sales 2021 and sales 2021. Then what I will do, I will go to the standards. These are all our formulas will be under the standards. So I will say that add. So now it will add our both sales, and now I will click here and give it some next name, like I will give a name total sales. So this is our total sales. So now we can find our total sales. Next thing is what we need to find. We need to find out the cost. Cost is like what is the cost of to the company. So what we will do, we will subtract this from total sales. I will subtract this profit so that I will know what is the actual cost of the products and what are the profits which we are making. So I will select this, and then what I will do, I will go to here standard and say subtract. So after giving the subtraction here, it will ask from which number do you like to subtract. In this case we want to subtract this from profit. So here is a button, so I will just click over this and use this use value in column. So when I will use this, like there are all the column details given here where there are numbers. So in this case I have to take your profit. So I will take the profit from here and then press OK. So now a new column is added, and this is the cost of the products. So now we are able to find out the product. The next thing is, like, if you want to find out the profit ratio is very used in many companies to find out what is the which product are giving us the best profit. So for that, what we will do, we will go to this standard again and divide this by our total sales here, use value in column, and this time we will take a total sales and then press OK. So a new column is added which will show our division, and it is called our profit ratio. And now we have a detail here. If you want to convert it into a percentage, we can do that. That will be more clearer. So we got in the form of percentage also. And if we'll say this column detail, we can give it some name also. Details, detail of sales, whatever name you like to give, you can give that. So this is the name, and then we can do it transform home and just load it to our sheet wherever we like to. If we want to add it in the new sheet, then close and load sheet, and on the same sheet then we can use this close and load sheet. So in the next sheet we can do that. So that's all from this video.